Hurricane season starts 1 month from today, but summer also kicks off family vacation season.
And those two can clash, so planning ahead is going to be key, especially more and more people hitting the roads and traveling this summer. All right, the time to plan is now. First, when deciding where to go and also when to go.
Yeah, so joining us to help make sure you don't lose out on that trip or lose money, Clay Coomer. Clay, thanks so much for being with us. He's with WorldTrips. So Clay, I want to start with this. Just what exactly should travelers be thinking about as they're dipping their toe into planning?
Yeah, specifically between June and November, meteorologists have estimated that there will be about 19 named hurricanes, which is about 3 per month. So there's a lot there in terms of planning. The biggest thing I would say is travel, is your flights, your accommodations, and knowing what the contingency plans are, for before you leave and when you arrive.
So let's talk about this, because in areas that are at risk for hurricanes, tropical storms, we have Florida, we have the Carolinas, we have the entire Caribbean. These are all popular destinations. So what should people do if they're thinking about going there, knowing that they have a high risk of getting tropical activity?
Right. As you said, they are very popular tourist destinations, and a lot of major airlines have indicated that travel will be a lot higher this summer travel season, even compared to pre-pandemic levels. So I think one thing that we would say is kind of treat it as like a project. Have a checklist, have reminders, and particularly when you're thinking about travel insurance too. You really have to be mindful of buying it early rather than later, especially during this travel season.
Some people say the best project you could ever work on is yourself. I say it's planning a vacation, and then yourself number 2. Okay, so what kind of travel hiccups are common during hurricane season? Do you have to be traveling to a storm-prone area to experience those problems, or is it something you should just kind of take into consideration no matter what?
Well, we would say it's something to take into consideration no matter what, right? I mean, the unexpected things happen during travel, regardless if it's between June and November. I would say that delays and cancellations are the most common. So you'd have to work with, the airline or your travel agent, tour operator, to look to, rebook and see when you can go and understand what you can get credited for and what can be refunded. But the other side of that too, as I mentioned earlier, is contingency plans. These are really high demand areas, especially with pent up travel demand, right? There a lot of people are going to be out this time of year. So you just really have to be prepared.
Okay, Clay, give us the rundown on travel insurance 101. When should we definitely buy? When's the wrong time? When are we running out of time? And what will it actually give us? And how much will it cost?
Yeah, those are all great questions. I would say in the context of hurricane season, travel insurance 101 is buy early. Do not wait the last minute to buy. If buying a comprehensive travel protection plan is something that you want to do for your trip, you certainly want to do it early, because once a storm is named, it is in fact too late. And I would say from a cost perspective, it varies. Certainly don't want to give any numbers, but generally it ranges to about 4 to 8% of your trip costs for a trip cancellation type of plan.
Okay, Clay, we've got about a minute left. So I want to ask you, we know there are certain contingencies that happen and that you have to meet for the insurance to kick in. Like you have to be sick in some insurance plans or something. What if you're just like, I changed my mind. I don't want to go. What happens then?
Yeah, that's always a great question. And it's something that we get at WorldTrips very frequently. And the advice that we get is if you are in an eligible state, we would like you to consider an upgrade to your typical travel insurance plan, and it's known as cancel for any reason. And is what it says it is. The biggest contingency is you have to cancel your trip 48 hours before the trip starts. That's basically the deadline. It does come with a little bit of increased cost, as you would imagine, but that is your surefire way to protect your trip to its fullest capacity. Cancel for any reason. So it's a great add-on to purchase, especially this time of year.
Might cost more, but the peace of mind is priceless. Thank you so much, Clay Coomer with World Trips. Thanks for joining us this morning with some great advice, people who are planning trips probably as we speak.